Alright, so now we're going to work on the 3-step exercise. This is what's going to teach your horse to travel collected, start and stop collected. What we're going to work on first, you've already worked on with your horse, is asking him to soften up before moving, soften up during the movement, and then softening up after the movement. So what we're going to do now is we're going to teach the horse to travel soft and collected, and start and stop collected. So what we're going to start out with first is you're going to ask your horse to soften up, ask him to walk, 1, 2, 3, apply only your reins, and ask him to stop. Okay? Then you'll ask him to soften up again, ask him to go forward, 1, 2, 3, stop. Right, now your horse, it may take 6, 7, 8 steps before your horse actually does the stop, but you want to keep working it to where you can ask your horse to soften up, ask him to walk, 1, 2, 3, and have him stop on 3. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to start asking him to soften up before the movement, ask him to walk, 1, and while he's walking we're going to ask him to soften up and then stop. Then when he stops, we're going to ask him to soften again. Okay, and we're going to work on that until the horse becomes consistent with that. So first you'll ask the horse to soften, ask him to walk, ask him to soften and stay soft while he's walking, then ask him to stop, then ask him to soften, as you've already been doing. Okay, when the horse is consistent with staying soft and light while he's walking, 1, 2, 3, stop. Then we're going to start asking him to soften up. Let me turn around here. We're going to start asking the horse to soften up in the stop. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to start asking him to step up, hurry up into the bridle. Okay, you can also start, before you get to there, you're going to slow your hands down. Okay, so you ask the horse to soften up, and you're going to start slowing your hands down when you ask for the stop, giving him more time. Okay, Tommy's pretty responsive to this exercise, so my hands are already pretty soft, and or not soft, but pretty slow on him asking for that. So you want to get your horse to where your hands are moving slow. You don't have to get up there and put a lot of pressure on. When you're at that point, then what you're going to do is you're going to ask the horse to soften up, travel soft, and then you're going to ask him to soften up again, and then ask him to stop. Okay, so you're going to ask him to soften up before he gets to the stop. You're going to start moving that closer and closer to where you asked for the stop, and then what you're going to do is you're going to ask him to hurry up into it, and then release him. Okay, so you'll ask him to soften, travel light, then you're going to hurry him up into the stop. All right, so soften up, walk, stay light, start asking for the stop, hurry him up. Again, what that's going to do is that's going to give him the energy he needs to lighten up into the stop. Okay, so if you just stop him, then he may start backing up on you, pushing on you, so you're going to ask him to hurry up. So 1, 2, 3, hurry up, and then stop, so that he's pushing up into the stop. All right, you're going to keep working that part of the exercise until the horse is really light in your stop. When he's really light in that stop and he's stopping into it, then what we're going to do is we're going to ask him to step up into it and travel collected. So we're going to ask him to stay off the fence, ask him to walk, 1, 2, 3, soften up in the walk. Hey, come on, stop. If he gets heavy on you, then stay where you're at until he softens up. Then instead of releasing him completely, ask him to soften up again after he stops. Soften. Walk forward, light. Come on. They start to anticipate it. Come on. So make sure you get him walking out good. Stop. And soften up. When he's good with that, walk forward. Yes, that's right. Walk forward. Hurry up. And stop. And light. All right. So when the horse is traveling soft, stopping light, then you're going to push him up. You're going to push him up a few more steps and get him to step up into that stop. And you're going to feel that front end come up, and then release him. Okay, so we ask him to soften up, walk out, stay light, hurry him up, stop, and then push him forward a couple more, step him up into that bridle. Okay, you want to feel that elevation come up in the withers. Again, soften up, walk, stay light in the walk, soften up, hurry up, stop, step up into it. And you may have to take a couple steps. That's fine. Step him up into it right there. Good. When he's doing that part of it, good. We'll do it one more time. Soften up, walk, soften up while you're walking. Walk on. And stop. Step him up into it. Step him up. Up into the bridle. Good, right there. Then let him go. Then what we're going to start watching is we're going to start watching for the elevation in the neck. Okay, what we want to see is this part of his neck start to lift up, and that's showing us that he's starting to elevate in his neck. Okay. And when you get the horse stepping up, that's when you're going to also start working on the head elevation. This, Tommy doesn't have a problem with head elevation. If you're working this exercise and the horse is raising his head up, then what you're going to do is you're going to stop. You're going to adjust the head elevation at the stop, okay? Then ask him to go again, okay? And then you're going to move it closer and closer to the stop and fix that head elevation as you go. Tommy doesn't have a problem with that. So there's not really anything I can show you with that on him. Walk up. Again, the horse starts anticipating the exercise, so you want to really get him going. Come on, walk up. Stop. Step up. And watch that center part of his neck elevate. Walk up. Come on. Walk up. Right there. Then release him. Okay, so we're looking for this part of the neck to rise up while he's staying light and responsive on the bridle, not backing out of it, staying forward. Soften up, walk. Again, I'm countering his shoulder. He's trying to step away from me in the shoulder, so any counter movements. If the horse refuses to go forward, you may have to go back to previous exercise. Get him going forward again. Come on, forward. There we go. Good. Good. And stop. Step up. Step up. Good, right there. Good boy. You see that elevation of the withers in his neck. Walk out. Come on. Soften up. Off the rail. Stop. Step up into it. Wait for that elevation. Right there. And release. When the horse is good on the rail, then you're going to want to take him off, because as you can see, the rail starts to be a crutch for him. So we start working on him traveling straight. When we're working on traveling straight, walk forward. 1, 2, 3, stop. Elevate. Come on, step up. Right there. Walk out. Walk out. 1, 2, 3. Step up. Right there. Walk. 1, 2, 3. Stop. Step up. Right there. Got flies bothering him. Okay, right there he's starting to drift out his shoulders. So I'm going to fix that. Then I'll ask him to stop. So get off that fence as soon as you can. Work off the fence to get that responsiveness you need. And then you're going to want to take this exercise and you're going to want to move it up to the trot. And then eventually you'll also move it up to the lope. But when you work it at the trot, it goes the same thing. You're not the same thing. Get the lightness in the bridle first, then start concentrating on the actual steps. Get it closer and closer until the horse is trotting those 3 steps and stopping, and work it all the way through the same way you did at the walk.